In a speech that just wrapped up, he pushed for more aid for Ukraine as the country defends itself against Russia, amid many Republicans questioning the high price tag. Ukraine's President Zelensky wants to know why Russia is still allowed a seat at the UN. Tom Dempsey is live for us at the White House with more on some of the issues and critical topics that the president laid out in his address, starting with the threat from Russia. Tom.
Hey, Marni. Yeah, as expected, President Joe Biden really taking aim at Russia, specifically during the second half of this speech at the United Nations. Keep in mind the setting for this speech. The President Biden talking to almost 150 top leaders from around the world, not only speaking about the importance of staying unified against Russia, but also speaking about the importance of supporting Ukraine. Take a listen to what he said.
Russia alone bears responsibility for this war. Russia alone has the power to end this war immediately. And it's Russia alone that stands in the way of peace, because Russia's price for peace is Ukraine's capitulation, Ukraine's territory, and Ukraine's children. Russia believes that the world will grow weary and allow it to brutalize Ukraine without consequence. But I ask you this: if we abandon the core principles of the United States to appease an aggressor, can any member state in this body feel confident that they are protected?
Again, a very top goal for President Biden during this United Nations gathering is to rally support for Ukraine. And this all comes as debate has grown here in Washington, D.C. over giving money for the war. The latest request from the White House team calls for an additional $13 billion to help Ukraine's forces. Congress, though, has already approved $113 billion in aid. That's for humanitarian and military purposes. This political debate still unfolding. Some Republicans continue to question the spending during debate over the federal budget, some suggesting the U.S. should instead focus on its own bills and recent disasters like the wildfires in Hawaii. Also of note, the president bringing up China, obviously another very big topic at the world stage here, but the president sort of taking sort of a much more positive tone, if you will, talking about China, talking about the importance of the two countries working together on issues like climate change, and saying that the president, he doesn't want any sort of conflict between the two nations. So I thought that was sort of interesting to see. Of note that Chinese President Xi Jinping, as well as Russian President Vladimir Putin, are not attending this year's gathering, but the president obviously checking a lot of boxes for issues bringing up, perhaps the biggest one, the war in Ukraine, Marni.
I noticed that, Tom, when he remarked on China. He said, "We seek to responsibly manage competition. We're ready to work with China," given some of the concerns as of late as China builds up its military. It was surprising his comments were more tepid when it came to China, in contrast to what he said about Russia. Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.